Welcome back, Wolfpack Verlis here, and this is how to use Kingler. So looking at Kingler's base stats, wait, do that again. 130 base attack. Are you sure? That much defense? Okay, you said it. But anyway, Kingler has some good stats that I really would expect it to see more play from. That your speed isn't terrible, that you do have a low special attack and special defense and hit points, but overall if you go as like a sweeper all-out attacker, 130 attack is strong, and that's a good defense to rely on. So overall, not bad. And wait, are you serious against sheer force? Why aren't people using Kingler? Legit, let's go and look at the typing. Water type, it just has grass and electric weaknesses. We're not going to be playing it too defensive in most circumstances, but it is just good to know water typing. Again, the mono typings, I expect you guys to have picked up by now. Kind of Pokemon basics, and good job for just kind of understanding what needs to be understood in Pokemon. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, we have a couple of good Kingler sets, and pretty much what I was thinking was go with the Agility Focus Sash combo. That Focus Sash is pretty much going to make it to where you're going to get an Agility off, which means now you're going to have a crazy amount of speed. Over 250 speed at level 50, that's going to be fast. That's almost 500 speed at level 100, I believe, because it doesn't scale quite the same. But overall, you're going to get that agility, and now your sheer force is going to have tons of damage with that adamant nature, getting just a huge amount of boost right there. That Crabhammer, while not boosted, still going to be a high amount of damage with that 100 base power and the high critical hit ratio. Critical hit doesn't matter too much, unfortunately not affected by sheer force, but overall it's your bread and butter move, stab, tons of damage. Then we have Knockoff, not affected by sheer force either, but a good move to carry. You can also have Rock Slide, there's a couple other moves you can plug in with Kingler, so that's good right there, but Body Slam is a good one to have. That actually gains benefit from sheer force, and it is just a strong normal type move to have. So you do have a lot of things going for you. Unfortunately, Kingler doesn't have Waterfall. If it had Waterfall, that'd be insane, but Crabhammer, that's the way to go right here. On top of that, I was thinking that you can go with the Jolly Nature, put the speed investment instead. You can run Life Orb this time, and Life Orb is pretty sick because with sheer force you don't take the 10% recoil damage, so that's really nice, which means you can still have Rock Slide. So Rock Slide is going to get a 30% boost, sheer force boost, and well, sheer force with the Life Orb, and that's going to be a high amount of attack that makes up for having the Jolly Nature. So it's kind of like, do you want Knockoff or Rock Slide is essentially the question, or Body Slam or Knockoff or Rock Slide. Any one of those. On top of that, I was also looking into a more health bulky set. That with a Pokemon that's going to be setting up or a physical attacker, since you do have a lot of good base defense, you can make that work in your favor with that good hit point investment. So the idea is that even at level 100, 200 speed, so you're going to be over 400 speed at level 100 with a Jolly Nature, but no speed investment when you do that agility, which also gives you the moves of your choice right here. So if you want to have some kind of whatever offensive kit, you can make it work. Life Orb is going to give you bonus damage, sheer force, etc. But now you're faster after a bit more of a risky setup. So if this is a set you want to take, go for it. On top of that, I was also looking into other things. Hyper Cutter's good. It's not always better than sheer force, but when you're thinking about it, that Crabhammer is going to be one of your main moves, so you can actually choice band into the Crabhammer with Hyper Cutter and still be alright, and that's going to mostly be a Jolly Nature with the 252. You can also go Adamant and just be a big wall break Pokemon. That Kingler seems like it would be an incredibly strong Pokemon behind Sticky Web, so if you have a way of getting a Sticky Web on the field and your opponent doesn't have a way of removing it, then you can have a lot of good speed priority, you can outspeed a lot of things with the speed investment, and you're still going to have a ton of damage from that crazy high base attack. So just got Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Hyper Cutter options. I could see Hyper Cutter also working well in double battles. A lot of people running Intimidate, your attack doesn't get lowered by it, so joke's on them. And lastly, I was going for the craziness. With this set, you really more want the shell armor so you don't get crit, is my idea behind this, because what I was thinking was hit point, special defense investment, defensive nature, so go with the Impish, Chesto Resto, Amnesia, Swords Dance. It's insanity, but I was thinking use your Amnesia, patch in your special defense. You have a naturally high defense, decent, actually your hit points are pretty poor, so you need to put all the investment you can into that. Amnesia, Swords Dance is going to boost your attack really high, and because of Crabhammer, you don't need sheer force, so Shell Armor is good to have. Hyper Cutter could be useful, but Shell Armor I think is the one that you're going to want. Chesto Resto for the heal engine, and then you're good to go. On top of that, you could also put Rock Slide here. Just the only real problem with it is Crabhammer can get water absorbed, so Rock Slide you're not going to be really, you can get resisted, but you're not going to be immune walled out. And with that, you could maybe go Sheer Force for the extra damage. It's really up to you if you want to go, I don't want to be crit because I'm boosting Amnesia so high, or Sheer Force, I'm going to try to get a lot of damage where I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed learning how to use Kingler.